YouTube? I am your host, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, back in here with yet one more video. Back here with a very special guest. Adam, say what up?
What's up?
Listen, one more D-Jack video. D-Jack? Derrick Jaxn?
He got a hashtag.
Listen, man, I am not a fan. But Em suggested it, so I said let's go and do it.
Why not?
How to spot a man's bullshit-isms. Let's get in there. I'm not a fan of this gentleman, and the things that he said before I just can't grasp on as being reality. But let's hear what he has to say.
Somebody thinks it's their reality.
And it's crazy, because we're going to debunk all of that. Or maybe not. Maybe he's going to spit facts today. I don't know. But based on the last video, there's nothing that he speaks that's valuable to the movement, the culture. I'll be honest with you. So.
And that's what we're here for. We're here to help y'all.
That's what we're here for. Let's talk about it. So without further ado, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's just get right in it.
So I gotta tell y'all a quick story, man. This girl just hit me up in my DM, and she asked me what it meant whenever her man will respond to her saying, "I love you," with "I fucks with you." Now, they've been dating like 8 months, 9 months, or something like that, and every time that she said, "I love you," he would always say, "I fucks with you." Now, a lot of y'all can already sense what this is. I call these types of phrases bullshitisms. Now, of course, not every man uses these. You know, if he's straight up and down.
Stop the goddamn video. What the f? Yo, wait, hold up.
I'm turning red, hold on.
This is why I don't like this. This is why I don't like this dude. Hold up. If she says I love you and he says I fucks with you, obviously he doesn't love you, and obviously you just fucks with you. There's no.
That's not even a bullshit.
There's no confusion. There's no bullshitism. He's telling you, I don't love you, motherfucker.
But I fuck with you hard.
But I fuck with you. You cool. But I don't love you. He's telling you what's up. He's telling you what's up. Who is this guy?
Chocolate Thunder.
He's a Chocolate Thunder ass. How many views does this video have?
I don't know.
I'm pissed. How many?
Oh, not that many.
Oh, it's 136,000. What you mean, not that many? That's a lot.
The other video had 2 million. But it has
8.5K likes and 72 dislikes.
We're 73, by
I'm 73. I am not a who, you know.
And we're only 30 seconds into the video.
And let me just hit on this real quick. Here's the problem with YouTube. Here's the problem with YouTube that you don't see on a lot of different platforms. YouTube, the algorithm that speaks to YouTube that gives you additional videos will placate on the things that you previously seen. And in fact, I think they will also placate on things that you've additionally seen, but also other users who have seen things like you. What have they additionally seen? This is the problem with YouTube, because at the end of the day, it'll start to feed into whatever you believe in. Case in point, let's take it outside of relationships, flat earthers, people who believe that the earth is this the entire way through. The reason why they believe that earth is the entire way through is not one video that they've seen, not two videos that they've seen, but it's the multitude of videos that ended up being suggested to them through Facebook and YouTube. But the algorithms that run YouTube, the algorithms that run Facebook, they placate on things you've seen previously. So all of a sudden, you start to see all of these videos about flat earth, so it becomes your reality. Now, this sounds like an extreme example for people that don't believe in that, but what this is, what you're seeing right here, is that exact same thing, but it's relationships.
That's scary.
It's scary, but it's reality. So this is the problem. This is the problem. Is that it's very easy for someone to tell you what to think. The problem is being smart enough to step outside where people tell you what to think, and you decide for yourself how to think about them. And that takes a lot more effort. It takes a lot more effort. You can sit in on CNN and just accept what CNN tells you, but the truly informed people watch CNN as well as Fox. Mm-hmm. They watch CNN, Fox, and they go outside of both of those news sources and they grab from some other source that's not left and it's not right, so they can get the entire picture.
I agree.
Don't just look at one view, and that goes for all you dudes too that just look at alpha male strategies on how to deal with women. Don't just look at one view and think that that's the way to do things. Most likely it's not. Take a variety of sources and then implement the variety based on what works for you and what doesn't into how you live your daily life.
Agreed. The fact that he had somebody ask him how to deal with the level of
I'm pissed. I'm pissed.
If you gotta ask advice on that, we got more work for you. We got
There's
more
a
work
lot
to
of
do.
work.
We got a lot of work to do.
There's a lot of work.
We're 30 seconds into this.
Last
time we didn't make it past. We didn't make it past the last video. Y'all wanna keep going?
Yeah.
We didn't make it to the last video.
I'm angry.
But we gonna try to get through this one.
I'm angry. All right, let's
Might
keep
be
going.
angry.
That's a nice jacket he's got on. I'm not gonna lie. Smooth.
Dude, he ain't gonna say that. He gonna say how you really feel. These are, of course, bullshitters who like to say these types of things, but also the types of guys who say, I don't even know how to really communicate my feelings. I have a hard time saying how I really feel, which is interesting because the truth is they have a variety of ways to say how they really feel. They just say it in ways that don't directly say it so they can get what they want out of the situation. They can deflect from whatever the moment is, or they can make a woman feel a little bit better about how they really feel. So these most commonly used phrases to achieve that end goal is what I call bullshitisms. And this one is a bullshitism for, I value the word love so much I won't say it to somebody I don't.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Wait, but hold up.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play. This is what I'm talking about. Like, let's break down what he's saying. Listen, if a chick is saying, I love you, and you say back to her, I just bang with you, that's not a bullshitism. He's
That's
telling you what up,
is.
what you are. He's not saying that he loves you back. That's not a bullshitism.
Stop trying to decipher what's in front of you. Like, I think one thing I've learned, men are honest to a fault, whether you agree with what they're telling you or not. If you're not receiving it, then you need to internalize it in some way to say, maybe we're not on the same page because I'm loving him and he just fucking with me.
Right.
Or, you need to be able to talk to him like, hey, I've been throwing this L word out. And he's like, well, I've been telling you how I felt. Maybe you need to move on from that relationship because it's not going in the direction that you're wanting it to.
Right.
It's not a bullshit-ism. I mean, you can spot bullshit because they'll bullshit you. But if you're saying I love you, and I had somebody who told me that they love me and I said, thank you. Recognize it for what it is. They don't love you. Because if they did, men don't have a problem telling you how they feel.
Right.
They don't. Whether it's indirectly or directly, they will tell you how it is. But this dude was very direct in how he felt, and really shouldn't have been the woman shouldn't have been inboxing Derrick asking what she should do. Honey, you knew what you should do, but you want him to love you, and that's a whole another conversation.
It's an entire conversation.
But that's not how to spot a man's bullshit isms, because honey, you bullshit yourself.
Right.
Okay.
Are you on that level? Which in this case is you. I know that's cold-hearted, but that's what it is. It's the equivalent to saying to a dude, I love you, and him saying thank you. Another bullshitism is whenever you, catch him up in something. Maybe you see him kikiing with a girl you ain't never seen before, but they seem mighty close for you to have never heard of her. Or he checking his phone all late at night or on the date or whatever it is, right? And you say, hey, who is that? What's her name? How you know her? And he says something like, man, I don't even know why you asking. You gonna believe what you want to believe anyway. Bullshitism. And this one is actually partly true. It's a bullshitism because there's more to the story that he ain't saying. The part about you gonna believe what you want to believe, 100% true. You are. But he knows that what you want to believe is the truth. And that's not what he wants to tell you. In which, if he doesn't tell you the truth, you're going to see right through it. So he might as well not even lie. He ain't even going to put forth the energy to lie to you. Whatever's coming from this, he might as well go ahead and get on with it. That's what the bullshit is for. And let me tell you something. And I've said this before about men. Because a lot of times in these conflict resolution moments, we're not on the right side of things. When we are, Oh, we ready to prove it. We ready to show you Carfax, encyclopedias. We ready to show you Blue's Clues about why you should feel the way that you deserve to feel about implicating us in some shit we were completely innocent about. You know, assuming, jumping to conclusions, getting in your feelings, whatever it is. If we right, we ready to show and prove why we right. There ain't been a man invented, not ever, that was on the right side of things in a relationship with his girl who asked him when some shit didn't look right to her, and just answer with, "Oh shit, I don't know why I want to explain. You gonna believe what you want to believe anyway." Ain't gonna happen. Ain't never happened. Now,
all right, we've been pooping on him real quick, but I feel like he's speaking a fact.
I'm about to say I agree with him on that.
Okay.
Like I feel like
I do too.
You mad that you agree?
I'm
he
upset.
feels the type of way that he agree with this dude.
Yeah.
That's fair. And again, if a man will tell you exactly what it is. Period. So if he says just that, if you say, "Who's that chick?" I mean, especially if you start with he's
right.
not going to tell you the story. Again, at that point, you have to decide if it's worth dealing with or you walking away from, like, okay, he not being honest. But if it's really nothing, he actually cares about you. I think this is the key. If he actually truly cares about you and wants to absolve himself from whatever emotions you're feeling or, you know, guilt that he may be feeling, he's going to do what he needs to do to right the wrong. If he doesn't, he does not give a fuck about how you feel.
So let me ask you a question. Like how can you tell the difference between the true, like the honesty of the dude, like saying what the situation is versus a dude who just doesn't care?
If they're dismissive, and I think if that's the key, is if they're dismissive of the way you feel. So we could be irrational. We can, you know, take things from 0 to 100, you know.
Emotional, irrational.
We could,
like,
and that's fair and that's valid. But a man, if they care, will make sure that you're comfortable in whatever situation that you bring up. So he will make sure that what you're feeling is invalidated. So if you say, "Hey, who's this chick?" "Oh, it's so-and-so from so-and-so. She's hit me about so-and-so and so-and-so." And we'll go into the whole story. Or, I mean, ain't no big deal. It's about how they communicate the situation to you. So if they dismiss it, you take on the information and the situation as you want. But don't sit here and try to play Blue's Clues on something that he already pretty much gave you the answer to.
Right. I think that's strong. That's a strong answer. I appreciate that. You know what I mean?
I'm just shocked you agree with this dude.
Yeah, I feel like, but I've been there too, and you know, I'm not a liar though. Like, I like to, because I don't like drama. Like, drama is not a part of my DNA. So I try to like remove drama as much as I can, and within that, like if someone asks me what's the situation, like if I have a woman ask me what's the situation, like I just tell the truth. And I know that AMS is not about this. Like AMS more will tell you to lie to get what you want, but I don't do that because, and this is just what works for me and what had worked for me, and do your thing, fellas. But I don't lie because telling the truth is less drama for me. It's less work, it's less effort. I don't have to remember shit that I told this one versus another one versus another one. My truth is the truth is the truth. And if they don't respect it, then that's that situation. And that's gone. But trust and believe, you'll get like different situations where they understand where you're at and then meet you where you're at. And they'll give you what it is that they want to give you based on where you are at in life. Yeah. That's how you get situations where, you know what I'm saying, you walk into an establishment and there's 5 different chicks that walk up to you and you done mess with all 5 of them and they all love you. That happens. And I know that AMS doesn't talk about that, but let me be clear. Let me be clear and unadulterated with you. There's situations like that exist. Trust me.
I've seen it.
and I know you've seen it, and I've had prior guests that talk about it as well. Like there's all these things that can happen as long as you're a respectable dude and you tell like a degree of the truth, and you'll get women that drop off because of that, but you get some that'll stay because of the stage of life that they in. Like they could be busy, like they could be getting their degree, they could be in their med school shit, they could be in their law school shit, and they're just busy, and they off time they want to like relax a bit.
They're on what you're on, and
they on what you want, right? So I mean it is what it is. So
really quick before we go back into the video, when guys are honest, you really have to respect that. I'd much rather a man be upfront about where he is, what he's about, than someone to bullshit me and to give me what you think I want to hear, because you just don't know what I want to hear or what I need at that moment. So if you think that you're trying to appeal to a woman without telling her the truth, you actually might not. It might backfire on you. But I do think there's a lot of dudes that are really good at telling you what you want to hear. Yeah.
Like dudes master that.
I got an older brother, and he told me at a young age he could be whoever that the woman wants him to be.
But you got an older brother. There's a lot of women that don't have that.
And
or there's a lot of women that thinks the dudes that's talking to them the way that they want to be talked to is unique.
It's not.
Or different. And
men are adaptable.
They're very men
are so adaptable.
I mean, if the goal is the guts, dude will do a lot of different things to figure out how to get it.
And it's about, again, we've talked about this in previous videos. It's about you understanding who you are and being able to, almost allude them to saying, like, I need to find out who she is because I want to know who she is. Not, I need to find out about her so I can. There's a quick end goal. So, but again, women have their own quick end goals too. So be honest and upfront. You just never know what she's on or what he's on, because y'all could be on the same thing. But if you're bullshitting, you're gonna miss out regardless. But you should be able to start, as you get older, you should be able to start seeping through the bullshit. But as you get older, you need to stop bullshitting too.
It's real.
You want to keep going?
Let's keep going.
We kind of like them right now.
Last one, and which I think is one of the most commonly used bullshitisms out there, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, is whenever you say no to him asking you for something like, I want to see you tonight, or hey, you got a couple $100, I'm hitting hard times right now, and you say no, and he respond with, oh, it's like that now? Bullshitism. What he's
What the What the Yo, time out on the play.
Don't ever ask me for some money.
What dude is out there asking a woman for money?
$100?
Hold up. Let me talk.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me talk.
You got something fine.
Let me talk.
I'm gonna let you talk.
Let me talk.
Let my skin.
Is this a thing? My Jesus, is this a thing? You know what? It's not. You know what's going on? He's tricking me. This motherfucker right here, this Derrick Jaxn bastard, he's tricking me. You know what? I just got caught up. He just caught me up. This is not real. He's not real. He's talking to these women right now that like, yeah, I know what you said. Like, he's not talking to actual human beings. My bad. I apologize, my G's. This is not real. I know it's not real now, but he just tricked me for a quick second. I know it's not real. I know none of y'all are paying or asking women for money.
Please say that.
I know none of y'all. I hope you better not be. Unsubscribe right now if you are one of these dudes. No, matter of fact, subscribe so we can keep on talking to you in a way that makes sense to you, because you on a whole nother wavelength that I can't readily identify with. You should not be one of these dudes. He's just calling the thing out like that's normal. That's not normal. You're not supposed to be asking her for anything.
This whole thing is bullshit.
What? Where?
And I curse like a sailor. I do. So if you're offended by my cursing, whatever. But this is
he's pushing us back.
He is. I'm sorry. First of all, I think an encounter conversation that he should have said was, first of all, you shouldn't be asking anybody for $100, or you shouldn't be asking a woman for money. And then if the woman says no, I think that's a whole nother conversation. Like, I can't even go into it. I'm getting pissed off because this happened to me. And I just stopped talking to, I went
Someone asked you for money?
Oh, yes.
You lying. So this does happen?
This does happen.
Oh, I'm just out the loop.
And the thing, because you good. Don't cash at me. Don't post your cash app talking about it. No, we're not doing all that. The issue is, and he came back like maybe like 2 hours later, like maybe I shouldn't have asked that. You think?
Wait, he asked you for money.
Money. The man's phone bill. And it's not like we are like talking or anything. Like, we're friends, like very platonic friends.
Wait, hold on.
But it doesn't matter. You should never go to a woman, because I lost a smidgen of respect for him.
Wait a minute. So I'm tripping out right now because I feel like he's saying shit that's not real. But you're saying that shit happens.
But it's not bullshit. The realm of what he's talking about it is, I disagree.
Oh, okay.
Because if a dude asking you for money,
but you had a dude ask you for money, so like, how did you view, like...
I lost respect for him. I absolutely did. If you're one of those people, keep going, keep watching this. Don't unsubscribe. You need to hear this. I will lose respect for you. Even if you're down in hard times, call your mama. Don't call me.
Don't call your girl. Like, don't call the girl you dating.
Right. Or talking to her, or even trying to show interest in, because where I'm at in life, I don't even need $5, let alone $100. Like... And again, for us women, we have to have a sense of security. So if you're trying to talk to somebody and you might think, oh, I got a good relationship, we got a good rapport, and can I hold 100? We lose respect. I also feel like if you're in that kind of situation, you need to really take a step back and like figure your shit out. You shouldn't be trying to date. You shouldn't be trying to like get to know people or whatnot.
But let me ask you a question: is there women out there that would hear the call of money and they'll feel like, oh, let me try to support him. Let me try
because at the end of the day, they try to see this as an opportunity to get in good, because the guy, he's not a bad dude. Again, I lost respect from him because he asked me for that. Does not negate from the fact that he's a nice guy. When we see those nice guys and we're like, wow, he's really into me, this and that. Oh, he needs help. Let me show him that I'm going to help him out, that I can be there for him, that I can support him. Me, I don't want to support no person.
Wow. So it's like the opportunity for that woman who might like that guy, who might be interested in that guy. You know what I'm saying? To be to just show him like the woman to be that protector, like to be that alpha, like to
I
be.
I am not an alpha female. I know there's some people out there who are, but I truly believe in a man covering me. Obviously, I'll hold him down when he needs to. I was not in that position with this person. I had no romantic relationship or feelings, but it really did shut any potential future down, because in my head, I don't feel that a man should be going to a woman asking help to pay his bills.
I'm floored. I'll be honest with you. All right, Derrick Jaxn. He's outlining things that I didn't think was like an actual thing until you just confirmed that a dude did that to you.
Yes.
That's so crazy to me, because I feel like.
But we have to keep going, because obviously there's a response that fits into his so-called bullshitisms. But like I said, I think it is bullshit that a man would try and use that as some kind of manipulation in the relationship realm.
I agree with you. All right, let's keep going. Let's see what this bastard has to say. Come on.
Telling you with that's a bullshitism for the relationship dynamic just changed. The bullshit part is he's about to blame you for it. He's trying to make you feel bad for it. And that's probably because up until this point, you said yes so much, you sacrificed, you put out, you done for him, you did whatever he wanted, that the relationship became predicated on you continuing to say yes anytime that he asked you for something. And now that you've shown the capability and the courage to say no, you just changed in his eyes. You became a little less useful to him for this usage relationship. Bullshitism. Now, bullshitisms are popular. I'm sure y'all heard all of these and probably some more, and they're quite powerful. But as a woman, you have nothing to worry about if you use the one tool that you was designed to stop all bullshitisms in their tracks. and that tool is your intuition. Long as you use that, you ain't got nothing to worry about. So, y'all let me know what you think in the comments.
This nigga. What the? Let me get out. What the? Oh, just use that shit that you were designed for. Hold up. This nigga right. Just use the things that you was just made to have. Intuition. What the? I'm walking out of here. I'm angry.
Wow. Mediocre tutorials just
What the? This nigga. This nigga. The one thing that you was made to have. Intuition?
I think it's time to go.
Wow. Listen.
He should have started with that shit.
Listen.
I think it's time to go at this point.
Listen, this is how I know that this bastard placates to women, because I was thirsty. I didn't get enough water. This is I was angry as well. This is how I know he placates to women, because he just assumes that every woman's intuition can stamp out everything that he just talked about. So he's saying all these things, and then at the end of it, he's like, but the one thing that you know, that out of all that is the one thing that you know, intuition. Excuse me, sir?
I had that like 5 minutes ago.
I
was really in tune with the bullshit that you were spitting. Seriously, like everything that he said, like, okay, there is a lot of women who are yes women. I've met them, they're my friends, and I've even said, like, the more that a guy gets used to you being so agreeable, they're going to, you have actually now established an expectation. You do. If you're going to be available to him, he knows it. He going to use you for it. That's not bullshit, though. That's just...
Is you being a dummy. Is you being a dummy.
That's the thing. That's not bullshit. And I think his use of bullshitisms is completely, like, far left, far right, however far you want to get. That's just the fact. If you're going to be 100,000% available to a man, and when he calls you and you jumps, or he needs you and you're there, you've let him hold 5, 10, 100. You've built an expectation, and it's not bullshit. It just became the norm in this situationship that you developed. You didn't give him anything to work towards. You didn't decide that you were going to be above the standard for what he's looking for. You became basic. You became something that is something for him to do. So now that you love him, and he fucks with you because you down as hell, absolutely. But that does not mean that he wants anything out from you that you've already pretty much given him. You've given him an idea that if I need her, she's gonna be there. Not in the capacity of relationship, but you gonna be there. That's an expectation that you set. It's not bullshit. What's bullshit is this video.
So can I be?
No, go ahead.
Can I be ultra real just for a second?
Yeah, absolutely.
What gets me upset about things like this is that obviously he has an overwhelming amount of supporters, and he makes probably an ungodly amount of money based off of the videos that he produces. But people get paid off of views, and if he's placating to people's views in a way that makes them feel better about themselves, and he's not addressing the underlying issues, which is the real cause of what's going on. And you got so many people that are so vested into the things that in the playbooks and the strategies. If you got so many people, like, how can there ever be true healing? Like, because they placate towards the audience that they're talking towards, and there's no authenticity to the realness of the conversation, because that's not realness. No. I feel like it's just not, that's just not real. Like,
this video could have been 1.5 minutes, because if this woman had reached out to him and he wanted to do a video about this, what do? He would have said, you need to let this dude go. because he is not into you the way that you're into him.
Right.
He basically is creating an environment where you're going to stay with this person who fucks with you, even though you have put emotional investment to him. He's saying that it's okay to be off balance in relationships. He's saying that, and that could be, you know, reaching, but this video is basically saying, wow, man, yeah, that's just bullshit. He values the word love so much he doesn't want to use it. That was the most bullshit that I could have possibly ever heard in response to whatever this woman was going through. If he truly cared about this woman or truly cares about his viewers, he would have told her he's not into you.
Right.
And you need to decide at this point if he's worth investing more into.
Right.
And put the responsibility back on her. Because if she decides to stay, that's her fault, whatever happens. And if she decides to go, then you've empowered her to say, you deserve better than I fucks with you.
Right.
Empower yourself. Don't fall into the trap where I'm going to settle for I fucks with you.
I appreciate the conversation. I appreciate what you bring to the table. All right. Listen, it's been your boy, mediocre tutorials and reviews. Again, thank you so much for coming. Questions, comments, concerns, leave them down in the description box right underneath. Best and believe we are reading them. And if you have any other videos that we should review, let us know and we will get to it. All right?
All right.
Peace, y'all.